in US in general. Like if you're in a good school and there is like if you have a product that has traction, like you have good people supporting you in the, especially if you're in the Bay Area, right? Like imagine if you're in Stanford and you created a product that has traction. I think you have a whole network surrounding you. And I think that's the biggest difference where like good schools in the US have against like, for example, growing up in Brazil and doing all these things, right?
Exactly. And even Europe as well. I would say that for me,
Yeah.
that's what brought me to America. I remember the first trips I would take in a business setup, and I would go to the schools and I would go to the meetings, and there was just a whole lot of positivity. It's as if people would, you would say something and people would trust you, and then all you have to do is just, prove them otherwise, or just prove them that what you said was true. Whereas, in Brazil, because there's just so much fraud combined with, all the colonialism, that people they need to know who they're talking to before they can trust you. So credibility without saying anything matters more than the unpretentiousness of a kid in a hoodie can then, eventually build something massive. So that changes completely. That spirit, Rafa, was precisely what brought me to this country. So I think you're touching on an important point. But instead of coming here, though, after you graduated, you went to Italy. So how was that, and why Italy?
Yes. So my wife's father, he's Italian, and he moved to Brazil early on in his life, and then so he still had a house in Italy, and he has family in Italy, and we had like my wife's brother and sister were in Italy already, and as a Brazilian, as you would imagine, like if you're anywhere in Brazil, I had this in my mind, like, okay, if I finish computer science, I have to go to São Paulo. That was like the obvious career move, to just go to São Paulo, find a job in São Paulo, and work like in where the things are happening. So it was so obvious for me, like I had to go to São Paulo. Then this opportunity came to go to Milan, which is in Italy, like compared to São Paulo is this little tiny farm, and then like so small compared to São Paulo, that I was like, okay, I would rather not go to São Paulo and go to Milan. It looked like at the same level, and we moved to Milan because it was convenient, and it was easier than moving to São Paulo, in my opinion. I think moving from anywhere in the world to São Paulo, it's such a different, like it's such a huge city. So yeah, we prefer to just go to Italy, and that was very cool. Like we had good times in Italy. We we had a lot of friends who were Brazilian in Italy, and some of them would be like complaining about the culture of Italian culture, because it's very it's
It's very closed in many ways. It's hard to make friends in Italy, right?
yeah, it's actually let me try to explain. So Italians like to do things in their way, and it's the Italian way. And we easily realize that like either we are in Italy and we do the things in Italian way and hang out with Italians and do like things like they do, and you have to love it to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna have a sad life and be not have fun and do like be complaining about things that don't matter. So we really went deep into like doing things with Italian friends, and like really like going deep into the culture and embracing Italy. Like it was so much fun.
That's great. It reminds me of a book that I gift to most founders. From this guy named Michael Singer, called The Surrender Experience, which is just the importance of just surrendering in life. I think this is it's a beautiful example when you're basically like, look, if you try to push it or you resist how things are done in that part of the world, you're going to be miserable. But if you embrace the way things are, then you live a happy, fulfilling life with flow, right?
Yeah, and in Italy, it's a little cumbersome in the beginning, because like it's very different from Brazil. But they really know how to live life. You know, it's a high quality life. Like I was playing tennis every day. I was like leaving work like at 6 p.m. playing tennis, having fun, like going traveling everywhere. That was like really really fun, and we stayed there for 5 years. So Sylvia, my wife, she's the one who wanted to come to US. And I was like, I was becoming Italian. I was like, why? Like, they eat burgers there. Like, why? I was very, you know, you know, I had this preconcept about America, about the Bay Area and everything. I was like, kind of, why would they go there? Like, I have such a great life here. Like, look at this food. This is amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, I was in that mode. And I did it. I was
is
like,
fantastic. I mean,
so
I remember just one time I was near Bologna in Italy,
yeah.
and I went to a gas station to just, you know, I was like, we were driving, I had to pee, and we stopped, and it's just incredible burrata and a focaccia sandwich with incredible prosciutto at the gas station. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, this, of course, they do have incredible restaurants and amazing gastronomical experience, but just to give you a sense, right? I remember that moment so vividly. I was like, wow, the Italians really know how to eat well.
Yeah, in my mind, I was like, look at this food. Like they go in America, they eat burgers. Can you believe they eat burgers? And I didn't even understand what burgers were, but I was like, you know, thinking like that, right? So, and that's what. But then, like in the end, she won, and then we came. And then that's where, yeah, we working with tech in Europe, and it was really fun because we imagine like two engineers, Sylvia and I, we're like two engineers working in the same company, in the same team, husband and wife. They would like send us for 3 months in Spain, and then it was good for the company because they'll pay for one hotel and one car, and then like, you know, and then we love to travel, so.